Hello there, everyone, and welcome back to my next episode on the Realm of Vasten server. I am Mar, and we are here once again at the library. I know we've been saying a lot of the library, but it's a huge build, and we've recently been talking about the schedule for how long the season's gonna last. We're approximately about halfway through, technically slightly over halfway through, because most of us will be taking a break kind of in October to work on a sort of Halloween haunted mansion type of build. I don't know how much I'll be working on over there because, like I said, we've got this giant project here to work on, and I would like to at least do my best to have it finished in time for the end of the season, which I think we're, from what I vaguely remember, because I don't have it in front of me at the moment, but I believe it was something like January we'll be starting a new season, something like that, so we're only, and if you take October out of the equation, most folks pretty much only have 1 or 2 months left, because the holidays are going to take a lot of time out of people. Some people will probably be taking miniature breaks while they go, you know, traveling or whatever to see family and whatnot. So, you know, we're definitely starting to count down. And when I'm only doing 1 episode a week with Vasten, even at the most, that's only about 12 more episodes. So, you know, we're about halfway through. Now I'm here. I usually record my Vasten episodes on Saturday. Today is Sunday. I actually wasn't feeling very well yesterday. I spent about half the day just lounging around because I felt so crappy, and then even once I did feel like actually getting up and doing something, I was not in a mood for recording, so I actually kind of like lost myself in Subnautica for a few hours before finally forcing myself to get up and play some World of Warcraft so that I could get my next episode out. Which means today I did my Techtopia episode. I've got that finished. That's done and dusted, but now I have to do the Vasten episode that I was supposed to do yesterday, so we're kind of pressed on time. So I decided to take our intro and head over to the End Island, or the End City the End Elven City that we've got going on over there, and show off what progress has been made over there in the intro, the cinematic that we have over there. But now for the actual episode, I think I want to keep on working on these beams here and the murals as well. Now I got several comments on the last episode, and thank you everyone who commented and voted. Your input's really helpful for me. I find myself a little conflicted because I agree with every point that was given against it, but that one really was my favorite one. It was, let's see, I'm probably not going to say your name very well at all, and I kind of suspect that there's supposed to be a letter that's silent in this word, but Kajatliix, I'm sorry, that's my best attempt. Is the K silent or the J or something? Or I'm not sure how you would say those two letters together like that. But you left really a nice long comment on pretty much everything that we talked about And ultimately, you had said at the end that the nether brick design, this one, could be saved for a quote-unquote evil-aligned building. And that's a good idea, because the concept of using the nether brick is something I kind of stole from, you know, the Hall of Kinship. But, I mean, once we finish this building, who knows what we'll build next. I do need to build a armory at some point. Maybe we could benefit from using that there. Or something like that. So definitely good feedback on that. It's very true. It is kind of too much black. You said it's kind of overwhelming against all the stone bricks. So you are correct. So we won't go with that one. I'm sorry, stone brick or another brick. I do love you. I promise. There were several votes for the stone brick, the normal stone bricks over here. But the one that actually, from my count anyway, that won was the all glass design, which kind of surprised me. I also do agree with the comment saying that the glass, too bad it wasn't even darker than it currently is. Jeremy mentioned that. And that's definitely true. It's kind of a disappointment. Now I did, let me scroll down my list here. Let's see, it was Jamin, who said, the design looks cool, like the sun hovering over the library. I guess it does look like that, but give me a moment here. And Jamin goes on to say, I would guess that it means the dawn of a new period of knowledge and understanding thanks to the Hall of Kinship. And that is actually a really great idea. I kind of wish I had thought of it. Actually, what it represents, and you are quite correct that this is the library, and honestly, the one that's easiest to see it on is actually the nether brick version. You are very correct. It is supposed to represent the library. So the green center spire there is this spire, and then you can see 3 yellow spires, which it doesn't. The color itself doesn't mean anything other than that the green and the yellow are the colors of Vasten. But the 3 here, and then it's kind of implied that there would be a 4th one on the other side of the green pillar. These 4 represent these smaller pillars going around the sides. But these won't be the sun, although I suppose you could see the corners as being the sun. That's a good idea. I like that. I don't know why we would have 2 suns, but hey, we don't need to, you know, we'll just go with it. Just go with the flow, right? We don't need a story for everything. These weird, like, plus sign shapes, we've got 3 of them here, and of course the one that would be on the 4th pillar on the other side, as well as the very large one in the center. These represent something unique that I have in my mind's eye for these pillars here, that we haven't actually gotten to yet. We'll get to them eventually if I'm able to figure it out and everything. But that's quite a long ways off. But yeah, I definitely love the backstory there. Dawn of New Period of Knowledge definitely makes sense. I mean, it's not like the people of Vasten were, you know, ignorant before the Hall of Kinship and now the library is being built. But with the Hall of Kinship and all of the lore that had been lost and buried in there, and it's now being rediscovered, that is very true. There's definitely a lot of new understanding that people are going to have about themselves, about their history, about things that they didn't even know existed anymore, like maybe the halflings out there and whatnot. So definitely a good lore on that one. I definitely like that. Now also, more comments that I received. Let's see. Where was it? Jeremy said that it kind of, I'm assuming you're talking about these. I'm pretty sure that's what you're referring to, because you left 2 comments, and one of them was about the mural, and this one I'm sure must have been about these pillars. You said that it kind of looks like dogs on the sides, and I'm assuming you're talking about these, the bits that stick up here, like maybe dog ears. Sticking up above like a little ruff of hair or something on the dog's head. That does kind of look like that. I didn't even think about that. And you also said that the lanterns, these here, would be a nice addition too. So I think I may add those up there as well. The inside, you said the nether brick on the inside looks like cats? It does? Oh, it does kind of. Like that's a head, those are 2 eyes, and then their skinny little body. Oh, that's kind of creepy now. I can't look at that. It's got, my ceiling has eyes. That's scary. Oh no. I'm hiding. It probably won't stay that way, unfortunately, because I will be adding a floor in somewhere around that elevation level. I'm not quite sure, but that is a little alarming. I have a cat in my ceiling. I have 2 cats in my ceiling. That one looks more like a pitchfork or something. I don't know, because it's got that stone brick that somehow managed to survive. I'm not sure. But anyway, so in this episode, what we need to do, since the all glass design won, that means we have to tear down part of these anyway. Obviously, the yellow and green glass could stay, but we have to swap out the stone bricks and the nether bricks for black glass. And we'll have to touch up a few spots because, of course, using the glass meant we had to add this row of glass on the bottom and whatnot. We'll have to make sure we are able to get things in where they need to get in. So yeah, we got a little bit of work there. Gonna have to do some digging. I went over to the end when I was over there for the recording. I repaired my pick, repaired my elytra, so we should be pretty good here to go. What I want to do, and hopefully this works out, I attempted using the replay mod with my most recent Wells Night episode, and if you haven't seen that, I would recommend it because I had a tremendous amount of fun doing that particular episode with the replay mod. It came in very handy for a particular mischief sequence kind of early in the episode, as well as a time lapse that I did towards the end of the episode at our End Island Transformation project over there. So definitely check that out if you want to. But I think I want to try and give the replay mod a whirl again here. I want to see if I can't catch myself tearing down these 2 murals, replacing them with black glass, and then maybe, depending on how things go, because remember, I was supposed to do this yesterday, so now we're kind of pressed for time. I want to also try and, well, first of all, put the lanterns on those 2, and then replicate the whole thing on the other 3 quote-unquote corners. It's so weird talking about corners on a circular build, but you know what I mean. So let's get at this, and hopefully the replay mod does the thing it's supposed to do, and this will actually turn out halfway decent. If not, I guess we'll be back in a very awkward minute. So I'll see you then. Welcome back, everyone. Hopefully that actually turned out to be a time lapse. I guess I'll find out later. I have finished replacing the nether brick and the stone brick with the full glass edition. We almost ran out of black glass, so it was pretty lucky there. So let's go ahead and take a look. Actually, it'll probably be easier if we just look at it in Spectator. So let's go ahead and use our Incomplete Adventures Guild to get up here. So this is the original one that was stone bricks. Now I did leave the nether brick wall columns on either side. Let me know what you think of that. It's not something that will impact the interior appearance of it essentially, but I don't know. I think I kind of like having that there. So that's the one side. This is the side that was previously all nether brick, and it now looks exactly like the original glass side over here. So there's this side. I think I got everything done the same exact way as the original one over here. I don't think I missed anything. I'm pretty sure it's all done. There's just like some, I don't know, I may have to touch up this area here. It looks kind of weird with the glass sticking above the glass blocks, I mean, sticking above the slabs. But on the other hand, maybe that's not quite as noticeable. I do think that it looks pretty good in here. It's also nice being able to take down the scaffolding that was kind of blocking the view in here. I will, of course, have to still replicate this pattern over here. That'll probably be something I do in the off time, though, since, you know, it's the same pattern. It's just it won't have that middle section jutting forward. It'll be completely flat. But it'll be the same exact design, so that's fine. I will need to get more glass for sure, because there's no way this is enough black glass to do the entire mural section. I had about, I don't know, maybe, I used probably about 5.5 or thereabouts stacks of glass panes per mural, so that's quite a bit of glass gone into it. So moving on from that, I think we should come down here where it's safe to pop out of Spectator. So game mode survival, there we go. So if we come out here, going back out here to the nether brick designs right there, I want to add the lanterns up here to both of those, and then replicate the whole thing in the other corners, like I mentioned. And might as well put that in another time lapse too, right? So we can try and get a lot of work done in hopefully a small amount of time. I'm probably gonna have to grab my tablet real quick so I can take some pictures of the lamp designs, as well as what it looks like on top, like with the 3 bits that stick up, and what it looks like on the quote-unquote flattish portion of each segment, so that I don't have to keep coming back to double check it. And then of course making sure I have the resources. Hopefully I have enough nether brick. I did of course get some back from the window design, the mural design, which probably turns out to be a good thing considering how boring it is to get nether brick, but I've got quite a bit in here anyway, so we should be okay. So I'm just gonna tidy up my inventory a little bit and take those pictures that I need, and then hopefully this will be time lapse number 2. Welcome back, everybody. We only did the rest of, added the lighting to this pillar, or this, I don't know what, I don't even know what to call it anymore. And also added the one on this side. I have not done the two on the back side yet, and I already think it looks a lot better. And I definitely agree, adding these lights was a huge improvement. I'm wondering, though, would it be overkill if I put another set? Because the further up this tower goes, as you can see, it's getting much taller. So this was, you know, I think it was like 24 blocks here or something. This one I think was closer to 30. This one was more like 35, something like that. So the further up you get, the taller this gets. Would it be overkill if I added more lights here? I can't tell. I feel like it would be a bit too much at that point. And we can also use, you know, other methods for lighting eventually. But I think it looks, I definitely agree that adding these lightings were to the top two layers here was an improvement. I do like that. I just think it's really starting to come together, I think. I'll have to figure out something to do. I mean, because even once we put the mural in here and maybe come up with murals for, you know, the next section up, we'll definitely have to figure out something to give it a lot more character, because right now it still feels like it's really, it's getting better, but it still feels pretty bland. So, but I do have plans, and I think once I add these other 4 towers in and what I'm planning for them, hopefully it'll help tie it all together. And then we could start, you know, adding little bits here and there for decoration and whatnot. However, we're kind of out of time. That's why I didn't go ahead and do the back 2 yet, because, you know, you've seen one, you've seen them all sort of a situation. And I am, like I said, I am kind of running out of time. It takes a little bit to edit together replay mod things for me, assuming I can get it to work at all. Hopefully everything you just watched was seamless and you know, it all worked fine, but I don't even know yet because I haven't gone to edit them. But it's still a new process for me, and it takes a little bit of work for me to get it to work just the way I want it to. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and end the episode here. Hopefully it may be a bit on the short side given how we're kind of doing this last minute, as it were, because I wasn't feeling well yesterday. Got to get everything ready so that it can render and upload and all that fun stuff and not be late or anything like that. But hopefully, as long as the replay mod stuff worked, it should help push it to the normal length. But I hope you've enjoyed the episode. Creepy Minecraft sound, go away. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the episode, and I hope you keep on coming back for more. As always, if you have any comments or suggestions, leave them down below. I'd love to hear what you think, especially with the murals that we've been working on and the nether brick support structures, and anything else really either. It's all welcome. So definitely let me know if you have any ideas, and I guess until next time, have a fantastic time, and I will see you later. Bye!